So I just wanted to touch on getting experience as a business analyst, because it's something a lot of people obviously want. They want to pass the foundation. Ultimately, they want to work as a business analyst so they can make more money, so they can change their lives. That's the transformation that people are looking for. But when we're talking about experience, it seems there's really two types of experience. There's getting actual experience as a business analyst, so doing the actual work, creating the artifacts, requirements documentation, racing matrices, process maps and diagrams, and actually doing the work of a business analyst. So the experience is you are doing what a business analyst does. That's experience. That's the one type of experience. Then there's the other type of experience, which is someone said you worked as a business analyst, so now you're a business analyst, which doesn't even make any sense. A lot of these courses also have some element of pay a couple £1,000 and you get experience as a business analyst. But I just want to be all the way up front and say that's not necessarily the case. That's not getting experience as a business analyst. But before I go into that, I'm just going to advise you the best way I think there is to get actual experience as a BA. And that is to make something, do something, build something, and apply the techniques and the learnings that you got from the foundation into that project. Now, the question always comes up, how do I get that? What do I do? Blah, blah, blah. You have to think outside the box. This is a one versus many situation. A lot of people are trying to be BAs. A lot of people are trying to change their life. You have to do something different. Think outside the box. Reach out to someone you know who has a website or something. Just do something. Reach out to someone you know who has a website or has a business or whatever and say, look, I'm trying to get experience as a business analyst. Are there any issues in your business? I hate saying this because I get that it's difficult to actually ask people this. You have to really, it's a lot. And it might be a big ask for people depending on your social network and the people that you speak with. But if you can't do that, then make something yourself. Given the tools we have at our disposal with AI, you can make a lot of cool things, man, really, really quickly too. So just make something for yourself. Go on LinkedIn and share it. I did this. I made this thing. I noticed there was X gap in the market, or I noticed that there was a problem with this thing, or I had a look at Netflix's login process, and these are the things that stuck. And talk about it. Go on LinkedIn and talk about it. That's what makes you a business analyst. Actually doing the work and coming up with these artifacts, applying what you've learned to real life things. That's experience. It's as good as anything else. Now, do you have experience actually in an office or a more formal workplace? No, but that's the first step. And like I said, with AI and with the internet, you can really do a lot with those two things together, documenting your journey of going from wherever you're coming from and the experience you're actually gaining. And you can share that with people. Now we go on to the other type of experience, which essentially is you were a part of a large cohort of other people who paid some money to get experience as a BA so they could put it on their CV. Now, usually, and I know this because this was me. This is what I did. I did everything I could to be a BA. It felt like a life or death situation. When I look back on it now, actually, it was deep. It was a life or death situation for me. I had to do it. So something had to give. And I spent a lot of money trying to do this. That's why I'm advising people now of a less expensive, I won't say cheaper, way to do things a bit more iteratively, a bit more incrementally than dropping 2, 3, 4, 5, 6K on some, I don't know. I'm just saying, I paid for these types of courses and boot camps before. And I'm advising, okay, so it's a group of you, you're all given this project to work on. And it is an actual project. People are going to use the result of this work you're doing. It's actually going to make a difference to a business. Yeah. Let's just take that as granted. However, if you are given this work, this scenario, and you do all of the work, you're creating all the relevant documents, you're intelligently applying what you've learned from the foundation to this situation, to this business situation, then yeah, you've got experience. But if you don't have any experience. All you've got is after the 3, 6, or 9 months, someone saying, yeah, this person worked as a BA. But then you get on an interview, and because you didn't do anything, you don't have anything to say. You just paid the money basically for someone to co-sign you. But that's not going to get you the job. The person that gets the job is someone that goes to the interview and is like, boom, 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 boom. And is, I feel like J. Cole now, boom, boom, boom. What I'm saying is, it's more than just being able to say on your CV, I worked as a business analyst. Obviously, I'm speaking with as a BA, I speak with a lot of people in my business, and they tell me about their struggles hiring business analysts, because people have all of the right certifications, but when it comes to doing the interview, all they're doing is just literally word vomit definitions. Yes, I capture requirements in an efficient manner. I am good at digital transform. It's just a robot regurgitating the textbook. What employers, just think about it logically. What do you think employers are looking for? Someone who sounds competent. The only way you can sound competent is when you've done things, or at least know enough to sound confident. And that usually comes from experience, genuine experience, not just someone said I did it, so I've done it. They're looking for people who can come into the interview and wow them with the stuff that they've done. Like really just blow them away. That's how you're going to get a job. Well, at least that's how you're going to stand out. And that's what you have to think, man. It's not always about the person that has the most certificates. It's not always about the person that has the degree. Sometimes people just really want to be like impressed, or like they want to be like, yeah, I'm going to give this person a shot. They might not have everything on paper, but from what they said and what they've done, if you walk into an interview and say, more than anything, I wanted to be a business analyst, and I knew it would be difficult given my time constraints as a busy mom or a young person to get experience. So what I did was looked at businesses that I used on a day-to-day basis, map their processes, and show the mappings that you did, and highlighted areas I thought that could be improved. I took these to LinkedIn and shared it with LinkedIn and got some good feedback, and used that to start getting my name out there. Look, man, this isn't going to be no overnight thing. It's work. You're going to have to do some work if you really want this. But I'm advising you to do it incrementally and just little by little. First thing, get the foundation. Don't go drop no 2-3K. You don't even know what you're doing yet. You don't. So, and I have to make this clear. Doing something like that might be good for you. It could be beneficial. But you would at least want to make sure that you're making that decision responsibly. If you're someone that feels like, look, I've done the basic work, I've reached out to my network to try and get some work I could do completely for free, and which I could then flip to BA work. And that's what I mean. Sometimes it might not necessarily be your typical BA work. Most small businesses, I would say, aren't thinking about what value a business analyst could bring. Unfortunately, they're probably more focused on social media, marketing, and sales. However, if you could do something for one of those businesses to improve their life in one of those 3 things, but you document it as a project you're working on as a business analyst, the only difference here is you're the dev also. So you're really creating documentation, capturing requirements that you're going to hand over to yourself to make this thing. You've documented it. It's there. It's real life experience. It's actually helping a business get more customers. That's real experience. And that's going to be the differentiator when it comes down to it between someone who's just paid for the experience. No offense at all. As I said, I did this myself. But doing that doesn't guarantee you an actual job. Does it help? I'm sure it helped me, but it's not the be all and end all. Ultimately, you have to do the work. And to do the work, you're going to have to do something different and think outside the box. if you're looking to take the BCS Foundation Certificate, I'd suggest you do it. It was one of the best decisions I made in terms of my career. It really did open a lot of doors for me. But if you want to see, if you've been studying, you want to see where you are, where your gaps are, go to bastack.com. I've got a free readiness quiz there for the foundation exam. It takes about 10 minutes. It will give you a little report, tell you where your gaps are and where you should really study. That's it for now. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.